Have you ever wondered why it is that as people grow older, they seem to lose all joys in life? At present, most of you who are young and fairly happy, you have your little problems. There are examinations to worry about, but in spite of the troubles, there is in your life a certain joy, is there not? There is a spontaneous, easy acceptance of life, a looking at things lightly and happily, and why it is that as we grow older, we seem to lose that joyous intimations of something beyond, something of greater significance. Why do so many of us, as we grow into so called maturity, become dull, insensitive to joy, to beauty, to the open sky, and the marvelous earth? You know, when one asks oneself this question, many explanations spring up in the mind. We are so concerned with ourselves. That is one explanation. We struggle to become somebody, to achieve and maintain a certain position. We have children and other responsibilities, and we have to earn money. All these external things soon weigh us down, and thereby we lose the joy of living. Looking at the older faces around you, see how sad most of them are, how careworn and rather ill, how withdrawn, aloof, and sometimes neurotic, without a smile. Don't you ask yourself why? And even when we do ask why, most of us seems to be satisfied with mere explanations. Yesterday evening, I saw a boat going up the river at full sail, driving by the west wind. It was a large boat, heavily laden with firewood for the town. The sun was setting, and this boat against the sky was astonishingly beautiful. The boatmen were just guiding it. There was no effort, for the wind was doing all the work. Similarly, if each one of us could understand the problem of struggle and conflict, then I think we would be able to live effortlessly, happily, with a smile on our face. I think it is effort that destroys us. This struggling in which we spend almost every moment of our lives. If you watch the older people around you, you will see that for most of them, life is a series of battles with themselves, with their wives or husbands, with their neighbors, with society, and this ceaseless strife dissipate energy. The man who is joyous, really happy, is not caught up in effort. To be without effort does not mean that you stagnate, that you are dull, stupid. On the contrary, it is only the wise, the extraordinarily intelligent, who are really free of effort, of struggle. But you see, when we hear of effortlessness, we want to be like that. We want to achieve a state in which we will have no strife, no conflict. So we make that our goal, our ideal, and strive after it. And the moment we do this, we have lost the joy of living. We are again caught up in effort, struggle. The object of struggle varies, but all struggle is essentially the same. One may struggle to bring about social reforms, or to fight God, or to create better relationship between oneself and one's wife or husband, or with one's neighbor. One may sit on the banks of Ganga, worships at the feet of some guru, and so on. All this effort, struggle. So, What is important is not the objects of the struggle, but to understand the struggle itself. Now, is it possible for the mind to be not just casually aware that for the moment it is not struggling, but completely free of struggle all the time, so that it discovers a state of joy in which there is no sense of superior and inferior? Our difficulty is that the mind feels inferior, and that is why it struggles to be or become something, or to bridge over its various contradictory desires. But don't let us give explanations of why the mind is full of struggle. Every thinking man knows why there is struggle both within and without. Our envy, greed, ambition, our competitiveness leading to ruthless efficiency. These are obviously the factors which cause us to struggle, whether in this world or in the world to come. So, we don't have to study psychological books to know why we struggle, and what is important surely is to find out if the mind can be totally free of struggle. After all, when we struggle, the conflicts is between what we are and what we should be or want to be. Now, without giving explanations, can't one understand this whole process of struggle so that it comes to an end? Like that boat which was moving with the wind, can the mind be without struggle? Surely, this is the question, and not how to achieve a state in which there is no struggle. The very effort to achieve such a state is itself a process of struggle. Therefore, that state is never achieved. But if you observed from moment to moment how the mind gets caught in everlasting struggle, if you just observe the fact without trying to alter it, without trying to force upon the mind a certain state which you compete, then you will find that the mind spontaneously ceases to struggle. And in that state, it can learn enormously. Learning is then not merely the process of gathering information, but a discovery of the extraordinary riches that lie beyond the hope of the mind. And for the mind that makes this discovery, there is joy. Watch yourself, and you will see how you struggle from morning to night, and how your energy is wasted in this struggle. If you merely explain why you struggle, you get lost in explanations and the struggle continues. Whereas, if you observed your mind very quietly without giving explanations, if you just let the mind be aware of its own struggle, you will soon find that there comes a state in which there is no struggle at all, but astonishing watchfulness. In that state of watchfulness, there is no sense of the superior and the inferior. There is no big man or little man. There is no guru. All those absurdities are gone because the mind is fully awake. And the mind that is fully awake is joyous.